Hello and welcome to the Banter Blitz show for today, December 5th. 15% discount. I think I can mention that again. And why on earth is the sound on? I can mention that again as the big discounts for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, whatever Monday, Tuesday, whatever are done. So 15% off with ChessExplained. Okay, so yeah, let's get to play. Yeah, I had a weird game, the final game of my German show. I didn't quite understand. I took that challenge thinking it was unrated, and then all of a sudden it was rated. It was a big shame because I really didn't think it was a rated game. Otherwise, I don't know if I've taken this challenge. So, okay, so let's play here the black side of the Petrov against Epinikion, who goes with bishop d3. That is not a bad line. Bishop d3, queen e2. It's quite interesting. White may also castle kingside, and that's not very very exciting. Yeah, and now queen to e2. That is an interesting setup. Queen to e2 prevents black from castling queenside. Yeah, this instead is not very testing. But okay, it takes some effort for white to be worse in those kind of positions. On the other hand, it is extremely solid. So let's see, if I go here, maybe that is maybe that irritates him a little bit. At least he cannot castle queenside, I mean. I'm not threatening to take on d4 due to the kindergarten trick bishop b5 check, so I shouldn't fall into that one. Yeah, it made him think about the move. That is not bad. So castling queenside or kingside? I think I go queenside here. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. He can still not castle queenside. Okay, now. Yeah, let's just get this back. Get this back. That's a weird way to phrase it. But yeah, I mean, king b8 is a good move to tidy up the king position. It was to be expected. And now bishop f5 next. I need to get rid of the bishop. That much is clear. Maybe I should have considered to play a d5 immediately. Yeah, it's not bad. I think bishop e2 now is an idea. Or this one. Yeah. Maybe b4. Yeah, that's the idea. But it takes a bit of time until there's a real threat. I got some explaining to do. Why exactly? I just put all my pieces in the middle of the board and claim I'm fine. Yeah, I'm just trading this bishop there. The bishop on e3, that is an annoying piece, so let's get rid of it. And what I think, is that, I mean, it's not so clear what he's doing. If he takes, queen takes, I got some attack on c4. Yeah, c4, I mean a7, there was the mate, close to mate threat, so I couldn't take c4 immediately. There's one thing that needs to be mentioned here, and this is something that is often underestimated when people look at the Petrov defense. Black has absolutely no pawn weakness. This is a very typical Petrov formation. All the pawns are on the 7th rank, and this is something that is quite favorable. You simply have no structural weakness. I had a wow, oh wow, I have to really focus. I had a full-scale hallucination. Oh. Don't ask me what exactly how I came to this point, but I thought I can play queen b5 now, which is obviously complete nonsense. What on earth did I think here? My basement looks way cooler than Jan's. I'm not in a basement, that's my office. Okay, now, okay, let's... Yeah, I cannot take, I mean, I can take a4 maybe. Maybe. Yeah, I don't really see why not, so let's grab it. A good thing about all this is that my time situation is fine. Okay, so yeah. How do we play this now? He's not really threatening to take there, I think, on h7. I don't really see a great move, honestly. I'd like to do something more active. That is such a silly looking move, really. It's got h4 coming. Let's just bring the queen back. If he goes queen g7, okay, now I can try for some attack. And he's got 17 seconds. Threatening on g3, which is covered. What happens here, actually? I didn't plan that, but the queen is trapped. I could have taken on g3, but okay, that wins on time and on position. Yeah, thanks for the game, Epinikion. Okay, so Croxis, a new opponent. Did I comment on the results of the World Championship? What was my impression? Yeah, I think I said some things last week. for me, chess-wise, yeah, it was surprising to me that Carlsen had so little out of the openings, basically zero with white. With white in particular. I mean, with black, he did us all the favor with playing the Sicilian. So at least the Carlsen black games were exciting. But with white, I mean, you can... I mean, none of these games were remotely interesting. There was one white game where he could have had a small advantage, but there was this English opening where he played the untimely h5. Okay, so here I'm quite happy. This is a very nice position for white. What is Croxis doing here? Isn't the queen completely wrong there? It looks out of place. But I have really nice knights. No queen trade for you. I would like to go g4 at the right moment, but I need to prepare this a little bit more. King h2, knight g4 check would be embarrassing. Okay, so I can actually just take. I mean, this is probably the best move. Okay, that doesn't work. At the end, there is a rook on b8. Yeah, thanks for the game, Croxis. Okay, who else is on? Jon Snow. I think I have not played him. That is surprising. Oops. I didn't want to accept that one. It's okay. Not that I was just like Jon Snow was a new opponent. Yeah, maybe it was Carlsen's strategy that he wanted to be very solid with white and trying to yeah, maybe go for very small things, hope for some yeah, mistake by Caruana, and maybe he was hoping for black to play for counter attacks. Yeah, accepting that with white you don't get much anyway, so let's fight with black. Maybe that was his strategy. It's possible. It's not totally unreasonable to do it like that. Yeah, I have absolutely no clue about Game of Thrones, so you can talk all you want in the chat. I have there's no way for me to contribute. I have seen exactly one episode of Game of Thrones, the very first one. And I liked it. It's not that I didn't like it, but at the time I had so many other TV shows that I was watching, and I simply felt it's too much. And after I started my chess business, that was the end of watching TV shows, just working too much basically. Didn't quite fit into my schedule. Okay, so Tja, bishop g4 or not? Which characters do I remember? Yeah, I remember the one that was played by Sean Bean. He's probably dead by now, right? Or is he already dying in the first episode? I don't think he is, right? And of course, yeah, I remember a couple of characters. There also was the character played by Peter Dinklage. Is that the way to pronounce it? Very memorable character. Yeah, this is a very nice position now here. If I take on d3 and e4, I can play rook e1 to keep the piece, but this is just very nice. Oh, I think Viggo Mortensen was fine as Aragorn, but I mean, Sean Bean would have been a good Aragorn as well, I guess. Yeah, there's Mr. Bean should have been on Game of Thrones. I think what is always funny, sometimes you learn that yeah, certain actors or actresses were in the run for some roles that later were taken by other actors, and sometimes it's really funny what they intended to do with some roles, and then who got it. One funny thing that I always have a good laugh about is that Sean Connery got offered the role to play Gandalf in the Lord of the Rings, and Connery, they offered him, I think, a 10% or so of the overall gross of the film, and of the three movies. And this would have been, I mean, okay, Connery is really old, so what on earth is he doing with $500 million? But yeah, it would have been a fantastic amount of money. And Connery declined the role because, with a simple statement that he didn't understand the script, which is kind of understandable because there's nothing to understand really about Lord of the Rings. It's just somewhat, it's not a crazy story, but you know what I mean. It's a fantastic story and so on. So there's nothing really to understand. Which famous singer played in Game of Thrones season 7? I probably read about that, but I forgot it. If you give me more time, I might remember. It's something that was in the news for sure. I don't know, Lady Gaga or something. I know Ed Sheeran. I heard about that, actually. I heard about that. Lady Gaga is a pretty prolific actress by now. I think she's currently in a movie that is up for Oscar fame. I forgot the title of the movie. Yeah, queen e5 going back. Okay, so this is all very nice and good, but how do we win, yeah? Yeah, I need to, I need to open it. And here d5 is just going to fall. So is there another mate in one that I might have? So this one, rook b7, rook a7. And mate. Yeah, thanks for the game, Spectre. Okay, so I wanted to play Jon Snow, so I can do that now. And I misclicked this, so what is that? Okay, now it's better. Okay, I got a double fianchetto here. I've had this on the board like a million times, and I still cannot remember a thing. If he takes on a3, I'm going to take with the pawn. Controlling e5 next. It's not necessary, but it's an interesting way of playing. If I get to put my knight on d5, it's all good and well. Okay, his connection is disconnected. That's fine English. Yeah, it says 8 seconds to win. I don't think I can do much about this. If he's not playing, he's not playing. Yep, and I won that one due to disconnection. Sorry. Okay, that's a non-premium. Frisanti is a new opponent. Let's go there. Winterfell, yeah, that is Game of Thrones, yeah. When I heard that, I always think of Hammerfell from, or Hammerfell from the Elder Scrolls. So I have to switch on my brain, yeah. I'm in a Queen's Gambit declined after 4 moves. A6 is a funny line. It's not too bad. It's a relatively new development in the Queen's Gambit. It seems like he doesn't know it. Yeah, that's actually a tricky move. Because I think this is probably fine for black, but don't ask me how that works. This is probably how black should play this, but I'm not really, I don't really know stuff. He knows stuff, however. Yeah, Breaking Bad I have watched more than half of it. It's one of those things that I always feel, okay, I should really watch till the end sometime, but oh, I just noticed a trick. Knight takes, pawn takes, bishop a8, queen a5 check. That was not at all planned. Can I do this now? Probably. Yo. Yeah, we've got typical Jan topics here with TV shows. I don't like my position. I'm not well developed. He's got bishop e3 coming. Ugh. Ugh. I don't like it. Yeah, I think Breaking Bad gets better after a couple of episodes. I mean, I kind of liked it at first, but I think it got better really with the like middle and end of the first season, and then it was actually improving from there, which is a rare thing. I think most many shows they simply lose the the story is kind of told in some cases. I really hate my position here. I mean, that's a bit like Peter. Yeah? Swidler is always complaining that he's played it terribly and so on. But that looks, ugh, I don't like my position. I don't know about the final 2 seasons of Breaking Bad. I really liked it up to season 3 or 4. I don't quite remember. It's been some years, obviously. I was watching this when I was still working in the bank, and that's 5 years ago. So yeah, usually after a couple of seasons, something is simply a story is told, and then it's good that that it's over. Yeah, it's easy, no? He just expands in the center, and I don't know what to do. Okay, I've got knight c5. I take here, I can take b5. Yeah, probably not much that I can do here. Okay, so I can take e6. Oh, shit. I can. Rook e1. Rook e1 is terrible now. I was just thinking he can take, and then I get. Yeah, he sees it. That's awful. Yeah, The Walking Dead I saw the beginning of, but I didn't quite see the attractiveness of it somehow. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't really something that interested me in the long run. Yeah, white is doing fine, yeah, definitely. I'm happy that I was playing somewhat quickly. Yeah? It's typically a position where you have problems and you have a bad time situation. And this time I at least did not I didn't get into time trouble. So let's see if I can keep d5. No, I'm not really well informed about games nowadays. I know that Fortnite is a thing, but I have no clue what it is. He's got d5. That's extremely annoying. He had bishop c3, huh? Getting the bishop. Okay, so Frisante has resigned. It was a somewhat lucky game, I think. I didn't like my position, and I think it wasn't good, honestly. So where is that here? Yeah, I need my weekly dose of Schellingford. So Schelling is on 2,900. So let me think about this a little bit. Have to figure out his openings. Okay, let's go knight f3. Yeah, we had some discussion lately here in the, what is it called, in the Reti. Knight c6 is an odd move, but I mean, he has this typical MO of playing the openings in a weird way and then outplaying me. It somehow works. Weird. So what is going on here? Let's just castle first. Tough position. Queen c7. What is that? Dragonweave says he hasn't improved his chess in 7 years. Well, I haven't improved my chess for 20 years. What am I supposed to say? Yeah, a4 is it's much of a convenience move. I don't want to deal with bishop takes, being able to take with the pawn. Let's cover this. It's all downhill in chess after turning 30. Well, I'm not certain that it needs to be all downhill, but you have to fight against age. You definitely have to. Yeah, now we get into a tactical battle, and he really shines in those. Let's hope I'm doing okay here. My position might be fine, but the more concrete it gets, the more dangerous shelling becomes. We know how it is. So this move, yeah, I should probably just take. How old is my oldest club member? Our oldest club member is in the mid-80s. 83, I believe. Didn't you tell me that you have a very old club member, TDL? I'm not quite sure. I think you did. There are cases of late improvement. Definitely. It's not like impossible, but it just, again, you have to fight against the biological clock that is ticking, and but you sometimes see people improving at an older age, also because in some cases they simply have more time. For example, after retirement. Yeah, this position is fantastic for white. But we know how it is. He defends fantastically well in bad positions. There have been cases. Some years ago, I saw that somebody in their 60s got the IM title, a Belgium player, and you never know. Maybe they they retired and now have more time for chess. Isn't that strong? G6. There's Queen H7. Okay, it's probably a case where everything wins, but you still have to do it, right? Come on, let's get everybody join the party. And now rook f6. That should win, but he wants to play Queen f7 next. Is bishop f6 winning? I'm not totally sure, as weird as it sounds. if that wins. Yeah. I haven't seen a win really. I'm just taking it there because I feel it should work, but I have not calculated this. Bishop f5. I don't want to win material here. I would like to have more, but maybe there is not more. So if I take c8, is there something better than doing that? Probably not. d6. That attacks. Yeah, I'm threatening mate here. It was probably lost anyway. I mean, that position was too bad probably. Yeah, thanks for playing, Schelling. A tough game as usual. This time I converted my win. Okay, so my winning position, I mean, convert a win is weird. Clicky. Let's go, clicky. And I'm above 2,800. That's not bad. Always tough for me to get there. So the Vienna. Amigo Alex, didn't we play in the German show? I thought we did play in the German show. I might be wrong, or didn't we? Was there some technical issue or something? H4 is odd. Okay, not today. So if I play knight to f5, where is that queen going? A simple question. Nope, the picture is not frozen. I just try to not move at all. Yeah, so like the queen, yeah, the queen doesn't move at all either. Yeah, you have to do something while waiting for white to resign. This queen is gone. Yeah, thanks for the game, Clicky. So Amigo Alex, yeah, I was really thinking that we had played in the German show. I'm sorry. Ke4. Yeah, let's go exchange variation. Yeah, the exchange variation is of course featured in my Keep It Simple repertoire, and it is really funny that I've recommended it to many students, and they are really scoring with it very nicely. Despite the reputation of this line. Okay, so yeah, interesting how black defended this. Okay, I don't want to trade there. I got more more space a little bit. I mean, that's wrong, yeah. Technically, I don't have more space, but my pieces are more active and I don't want to trade. Yeah, Dragonweave says he's bought my book but didn't have time to look at it. Yeah, that's the story of my book collection here, really. I have so many books that I barely looked at. And you sometimes really pick one up. And I recently picked one book up here. There's a really good book here, and I never used it. I never used it. Mastering Endgame Strategy by Johan Helston, Swedish GM, I think. And I never used it, and I found it. Yeah, like, hey, that might be a good book. And then I used it for lesson preparation, and it's really good. So somehow you have, as I often say, if you don't know what book to buy, look at your shelf and first check what you have. Sometimes you find really good stuff there. So now maybe I should have gone b3 actually, and now that I don't know if I should have given him c4 here in the first place. It's not a huge deal, but still. Yeah. Maybe this. Maybe this one. G6. Really? Really? I don't want to trade this. I don't want to trade this now. Yeah, I got this question before, what I'm thinking of Silman's books, Jeremy Silman. I don't really know. I mean, the thing is, I only have heard from students that they like the books, but I think I have one, Reassess Your Chess or something, but I didn't use it all that much. Yeah, he blundered rook e7. I mean, black's position wasn't so great, but yeah, now I have two minor pieces for a rook. Oh, that's not true. There are other non-opening books besides the one that you mentioned that are worth reading. Let me think about this one. Yeah, I think probably h4, h5 is a good idea. Going for an attack. A more technical way would be to try to win the a3 pawn, but I don't think this is called for. Simply threatening to take on f8 and then on g6. Okay, if I take and go queen h6, that is good for white, but I can also transfer the knight to f4. But taking is fine, you know. And here, let's go. I can check here. And take on g6. Can almost pre-move that, yeah. I will play it basically no matter what. Yeah, black is losing the house now. Yeah, there's no move for black really. It's not even so clear, yeah. Yeah, okay. It's not really very forcing. Okay. Got everything covered, yeah. The knights are covering everything. Yeah, the writing style of Nimzowitsch is certainly debatable. My main issue with those books is simply they are 100 years old, and there have been many things that we know better now, and it's just odd, yeah, to use a book that is completely outdated in modern chess. Okay, thanks a lot for playing, Amigo Alex. So, is there any challenge here? Peter won. I haven't played him, so still getting many new opponents. And I can go e4 again. Let's have a mix there of moves. You know what's really funny? That the World Championships is really getting people on chess servers. Yeah, during the World Championships, I had a Banter Blitz session with more than 200 live viewers, and usually we are closing in on 100. Today I've got 60, currently 60. That's really low, but usually it's like 100. And during the World Championships, we had much more than 200. People are really so much, I don't know, hyped up, if that's the right word, about this event, even though from a purely chess perspective it's not really that interesting. Yeah, you only have one game per day, and yeah, it's maybe a matter of choice, but like given the choice, I would rather watch I don't know, a Tata Steel tournament or a huge open event. Carlsen playing a 2600 is just more interesting than him playing Caruana. Yeah, the 2600 makes some slight mistakes that Carlsen maybe exploits or not. Well, yeah, on that World Championship level, they simply don't make mistakes. Yeah, I do understand that the World Championships is interesting for many people, but it is just for pure chess content. It's just not so not that thrilling. Anyway, so Petar here now has to answer a question. How can he castle? How is he going to castle from this position? Do I castle? Yes, I do. Do I castle? Yes, I do. Sounds like, yeah, third grade English. But it basically describes the problem that black faces. I could have played knight d5 maybe. Okay, I can still do it. He cannot take with the knight. That's queen f7 checkmate. That's actually something that you can overlook. It's so rare that the knight is on h6 supporting the queen to take on f7. But that blunders f6, you know. Even queen takes would win a piece. Now there's no castling. No castling for you. By the way, no castling for you. That's kind of stealing a line from a TV show. Yeah, we were on TV shows earlier. No castling for you. That is from... Yeah, that is Seinfeld, exactly. And Seinfeld is actually something that I watched in its entirety, every single episode. Every single one. There was a lot. No, knight is back into the game. Yeah, I like the open e-file. He has to trade queens now. No, I never saw Cheers. Not a single episode. Absolutely not. Not that I have simply no opinion. I've never watched a single episode. Okay, so now let's go invasion time with the king. I watched a bit of The Simpsons and South Park, but not like completely or anything. Yeah, Seinfeld also got a little bit worse over time, but they had like, how many seasons did they have? 7 or something? It was a lot and many episodes. It still was good, even when it got like worse, it still was good. And if I remember correctly, somehow Seinfeld, the episodes were exactly, they had exactly the length that I could watch it on my commute. So I was watching one episode per one way of my commute. So that was an easy way to get all those episodes in. Yeah, thanks for playing Peter 1. We have Win 3 from Spain. It's also a new opponent. Yeah, I actually got to watching Seinfeld yeah, because of actually Jan Gustafsson. It's kind of weird because before he started the Chess24 thing some years ago, it's been some years, he had for a while he had a blog that's probably not active anymore, but he had a blog and he was blogging about chess, but also on the on TV series and so on. And he mentioned Curb Your Enthusiasm as one of his favorites at the time. And yeah, I checked this out, and let's stop that one. And yeah, Curb Your Enthusiasm is what I watched, and it's great. And of course, when you watch that, you kind of are interested in Seinfeld, because that's the same. I mean, Larry David did both of those series. It was kind of obvious to watch Seinfeld as well. And then I liked that one, and yeah, I watched the whole thing. Yeah, Jan is not the owner of Chess24, but was one of the starting founders. As far as I know, but really not totally sure about the business side there. But I mean, just before he became known here for his Chess24 work, he had this blog. Okay, this is the moment where you need to decide if you want to put a piece onto e4 or not, and I think I want. After rook e1, that makes a lot of sense, with an f5 later. Yeah, some stuff in Seinfeld, and also in Curb Your Enthusiasm is just simply brilliant. I mean, especially I remember some things from Curb Your Enthusiasm. I have some problems with the pronunciation there. Some stuff is simply fantastically brilliant. Yeah, when they it is a show about nothing in some way, but it's very human show, because many typically human things get somehow are shown in a very funny way that you don't notice, really. Yeah, I remember some things there when Larry David got into all kinds of weird situations, and it's kind of very often I felt he's getting into situations that I would get into if I would like really ask questions, like just don't accept a certain thing and like ask questions. Why is that? Yeah. And then he was getting into all sorts of trouble. And oftentimes I ask myself, yeah, or I told myself, this is exactly what I would think in that situation, but I would probably say, nah, I'm not going to ask questions here, that's not worth it. And then in the show he was like, why is that? Why do I have to wait for that doctor's appointment? And why is this guy somehow, it is really great. There's some really great things. Okay, so in this game here, Christopher playing queen g5. No, I don't want to trade queens. I mean, it's not bad, but I don't want to. Here I have more than one idea. I can try to play on the king side with some f5, or I can pile up on the a file and try to win the a4 pawn. This looks like a very convenient way to continue. This is an opportunity to play bishop to g4. It's not necessary, but I'm getting knight against bishop, which is really nice there. Let's do it. And knight is so much better than the bishop here. And white has no active idea. Yeah, let's take it. Now now queen trade and then just win the a pawn. I could have taken it, but I don't want to. Allowing white to get rid of his bishop. Maybe I can activate the queen first. Oh, TDL, the drunken lawyer. Are you in a quiz show, like a real, like on TV? That sounds funny. What show are you on? And now I finally have to take the pawn. Ah, quiz champion, okay. Yeah, I know that you're really good at this quiz duel, what we have in German. So you probably have very good, some very good base knowledge there. Yeah, there was a chess player in a German TV show, or there have been chess players on German TV shows more than once. There was a show like, I'm not sure, let's get this rolling. I'm not sure what how you would pronounce that, if that how you would pronounce that, how you would translate that. Yeah, it was like the I don't know, the most knowledgeable German or something. That was a chess player was close to winning that. Michael Buscher, yeah, he won the quiz champion last year. Okay. Yeah, that's Buscher is really he's amazing. He knows all kinds of stuff. I've watched some of this, one of the shows where he was on, and it was amazing. To be honestly, I'm not that bad with those things myself. I have a fairly good memory, and I'm good with dates and places and who did what and so on. But he was like so much better than I was. Like you can compare, yeah. Like they ask a question, and I mean I usually know most of the things, but he was extremely good. Yeah, he would beat me hands down. So Chico is not playing. Can wait a moment. Now he plays. Yeah, there have been chess players on German TV that I know of. Oh, that is a gambit that I'm taking. There was one guy on Wetten Das once, that is a famous German TV show. It's not on anymore, but he was there with he did some stuff, I think it was with some blindfold chess, which was fairly easy to do for a good chess player. He's nowadays a good IM, so it wasn't so difficult for him. I think he had to remember some positions. I didn't see it, but I didn't watch it. It's the right term. But it wasn't that difficult, is what I heard. And we had a chess grandmaster on TV for the Wheel of Fortune, very long time ago, like close 20 years ago or something. And he also won quite big, but Wheel of Fortune, you only could win. I'm not sure what they had at the time, like 30,000-40,000 or something. I don't know if we have in Germany we have the most chess players per, like percentage wise. I don't think so. That would be weird. It must be Russia. And there is this famous saying that every Russian taxi driver is stronger than the typical master player. Yeah, and there's probably some truth to that. Last year when I was in my summer holiday, there was a Russian guest in that hotel, and we played 2 games without like, oh, there's a mouse slip. I cannot even allow a take back here, I think. Yeah, thanks for playing, Chico. There was a guest in the hotel, and I mean, we had problems communicating simply because he spoke absolutely no English and I speak no Russian, and so we had no common language. But it turned out that he played as a kid in a club, but didn't have any practice after that, and so on. And we played 2 games, and the result was 1-1. He beat me in the second game, and that was funny. And he was playing really, really well. I mean, it's not like a blunder the rook or something. He was just outplaying me in the second game. I had a good position. I definitely made a mistake, but I didn't like blunder stuff and give him just a point. I made a strategic mistake, and then he just killed me like a hobby player. Yeah, this is a real line. Which TV show would be a format for me? Yeah, I think Who Wants to Be a Millionaire would be something that, with some luck, I could do well in, because I'm good in some subjects, but I'm terrible in some others. And if I would be lucky to not get those subjects too much, or can maybe use some of those jokers, yeah, I could do well. I'm good with useless trivia. Yeah, I think the very first person on German TV who won Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was he's still alive, is a chess player as well. And when they had those questions back then, I mean, they had it in the newspaper. I would have known the final 3 questions there, the important ones. But the thing is, I wouldn't have gotten to the million euro question. That's the thing. I'm totally, I mean, like, completely hopeless at everything that is related to plants and animals. I'm just completely, I mean, I have no clue. Okay, now I thought I was threatening to take on e5, but it was just ignored. Black is better with central control. Really? I'm happy to give him the center if I checkmate him, really. I don't mind. No, it's just that you have things that the way where you have some interest and you some things you haven't. And for me, like I never really was so much interested in nature somehow. And we moved into the city when I was a kid, and I really have no clue. Like, you can show me pictures of flowers or whatever, and I'm totally hopeless. Completely hopeless. But I'm good with history and other things where I'm really interested. So anyway, let's get going. How do we checkmate here? Knight h5 looks good. Threatening knight f6. Yeah, knight f6. Maybe that's not mate. It looks terrible though. Let's just do it. So my idea was, of course, after g6 to simply sacrifice on g6. I mean, that should work, right? It's a case of sack first, think later, I guess. Yeah, here I have knight e7 at least. I don't see a mate though. Knight e7. I could have taken the queen. It wins a piece, but I want to checkmate here. There should be some kind of checkmate. I would like to, yeah, queen g7 would be a cute mate. Like even if he plays like rook g8, queen g7, rook takes, pawn takes would be a nice checkmate. I need to get the queen to to g7. I'm trying this. Yeah, well, you cannot take really on e7. Oops. I didn't see that one coming. Okay, so knight g6, pawn takes. Is there there's no mate here? I mean, this is going to be mate, yeah. Check. Knight d4, queen d4. It's quite nice. Yeah, that would have been a nice end here, this one. And mate. Okay, so what's the time? 22:23. on my end. So one more game with 3 minutes time control would be good. Is there a 3-minute challenge? Yeah, if you can like challenge me to a 3-minute game, that would be nice. Preferably somebody who haven't played in the session already. It would be cool. Borrow Marcotte. Did I click on Dragon Weave now? I did. Yeah? Well, that's cool. I haven't played him either. So, oh, no Petrov for you. He prefers to be bad in the King's Gambit. The only problem with this is you have to remember the lines. I know 2 minutes don't make much of a difference. No, I just like to stop on time usually. Okay, I can take now already or go back, I'm not sure. Both make some sense. D5 is an odd move, I think. It's an odd move, making the bishop bad and so on. Okay. Let's see, knight d4, I guess. The funny thing is that black here is a pawn up. Black is a pawn up and has compensation. Not sure if checking there is a good thing. Not sure. Let's develop a little bit more. Yeah, not super happy with how I played this. This looks like a little bit better than white should be here in this opening. Yeah, if you manage to have a decent rating with the Grope with white and the Borg 1g5 with black. Shit, sorry. Shoot. I mean, okay, this is not bad for me, but it's much better than white deserved. A lot better than he deserved. So g7. That I'm really I absolutely dislike that I allowed this. And if I don't play knight g3, it's just over. The position is just lost for white. Now it's still some kind of position. I'm a pawn up, but it's not a win or anything. Yeah, it is probably just a draw, this position. Yeah, he saw that. Drawing this position is just terrible, really. And he accepted the draw. Now, I'm just completely winning, of course, here, if I don't play knight g3. And just any move wins, bishop f6 or whatever. I mean, he's got this hole and king is bad and he's a pawn down. And that's a funny thing. Yeah, it's not just like this, the position is strategically lost, but it's also a pawn down. That was very much unnecessary at the end. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. I'll be back next Wednesday. Yeah, and then we have to see what happens over Christmas, right? Yeah, probably I can still be on then, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, next week on Wednesday should work out the same time as usual, same time as today. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.